Some Indian viewers left comments on my channel, saying that my video views have dropped and that my comments about India are heavily biased and far from the truth. So I have no right to mock Pocky Sharma as a fake news creator. To be honest, I must thank the Bharat Empire because, as a daily updating YouTube vlogger, finding topics can be quite difficult. But I have never faced this issue because whenever I run out of ideas, I just need to check the comment section, find remarks from Bharat viewers, and inspiration comes flooding in. If that is not enough, I open Indian channels like First Post to see what they are talking about, and I can always find plenty of material to laugh at. These foolish statements give me and my audience something to mock, bringing us together on this not-so-successful small channel. First, I want to thank these Indian viewers for their concern about my channel's development. So far, I am quite satisfied. With so many creators on YouTube producing high-quality content, I am already content to get a small share and earn a bit of living expenses. As for the decline in my channel's views, that is completely normal since every channel experiences fluctuations. There is an old Chinese saying, "The strength of a horse is tested by a long journey." And another one, "A journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step." Yes, we run a channel, make plans, adjust them, create content, engage with the audience, and attract traffic. If we encounter temporary difficulties, we face the problem and solve it. Sunshine always comes after the storm, and the road ahead is never smooth. Anyone who creates seriously is needed on the YouTube platform, whether they succeed or fail, or are in a tough spot. As long as they work honestly, they deserve respect. The views of my videos about India are indeed significantly higher than those on other topics because my videos ruthlessly mock the Bharat Empire, and YouTube viewers strongly resonate with that. My audience comes from North America, Southeast Asia, Australia, South Asia, and other regions, with wide coverage. This shows that disliking India internationally is a common sentiment. Is that something for you to celebrate? Recently, my videos have mainly focused on the China-US tariff war and tech war, which cannot provide emotional value to many viewers. Also, these topics naturally have a smaller audience, so a drop in views is normal. While I enjoy mocking the Bharat Empire, I do not want my channel to focus solely on that. Indian viewers celebrating the decline in my channel's views reflect a strange Indian culture. They do not focus on developing themselves or solving their own problems, but instead hope for others to fail. It is just like how their media treats China. They never face the fact that their country is a mess with a terrible international image. They do not stop boasting, fix their issues, or make progress. Instead, they spend their energy on jealousy, cursing, and slandering China, hoping for its collapse. It seems they think if China falls, they can take its place. The biggest difference between me and Pocky Sharma is that my statements are based on facts, and I never fabricate fake news. But fabricating fake news is the foundation of Pocky Sharma and most Gaudy media's survival. Without fake news, they would lose their market appeal. The larger the traffic of such channels, the greater the harm they cause to the world. For example, her show recently published a piece with the headline, "Trump's 245% tariffs on China trigger meme fest." It seems they wanted to be funny. But regarding the 245% US tariffs on China, we first need to understand a fact. The US did not impose a 245% tariff on China. After Trump's 145% tariffs, the US government has not yet escalated retaliatory tariffs. The 245% rate applies to some specific goods, built on top of existing tariffs, combined with additional taxes and special US restrictions. For instance, syringes are believed by the Trump administration to be a key reason for drug abuse due to their low cost. As a news outlet, using sensational headlines to attract traffic is understandable. But I do not understand why Indians would use the US tariffs on China to make funny videos, as if the tariff war only affects China. Let us look at this image. The theme seems to be China being badly beaten by the US while India eats popcorn on the sidelines. This style reflects the mindset of mainstream Indian media. India will profit from the China-US tariff war. However, the truth is that the US does not have the ability to beat China to a pulp. China has greater resilience than the US. China's retaliatory measures, including rare earth restrictions, component export bans, comprehensive tariffs on US products, and de-dollarization, have already dealt a heavy blow to the US. At this point, both sides are competing to see who can hold out longer. I can predict here that Trump will not last a year and will inevitably negotiate with China. The contest between major powers relies on strong capabilities as a foundation and a test of willpower. If everyone were like India, kneeling when threatened by the US and kissing Trump's backside, how could they protect their national interests? India's performance in the tariff war is an outright disgrace. They do not dare to retaliate and even hope for China to collapse. This is a textbook example of moral decay. China is beaten black and blue, and India can still eat popcorn? The fact is, the Chinese standard of living is decades ahead of India. The Bharat Empire still has hundreds of millions of people who cannot afford food or even a toilet. They clearly do not have the luxury of eating popcorn while watching the great power struggle between China and the US. A country that does not dare to defend its own interests, fight back, and only knows how to surrender will only see its interests continuously eroded and its development space shrink. If China were not countering the US would extort the entire world, and Bharat would be one of the worst victims. Indians should be thanking China, but instead, they watch with a bystander mentality. What kind of sick nation is this? China and the US will eventually reach a compromise or reshape the global order through competition. Only the countries that participate in the struggle can secure better terms and a higher status. The EU, Canada, Mexico, Brazil, Russia, and other major global players are actively positioning themselves to plan for their national interests. Only Indians sit in the stands, hoping to gain handouts from the US by kissing Trump's backside. Does such a country really have any hope?